Hey everyone, I know it's been a while, but welcome back to another battle report. This report, I got it with my good friend Justin. He came over to my house. We got a game. We're actually playing the first round of the fully loaded GT. It is an interesting scenario and setup. So here we go. It's Elves versus Ogres. I feel like Lingo and I have played this matchup many times. So here we go. My list. This is the list that I'm taking to fully loaded GT. I have Nimi Nim Nimu Nimu Way Dancer. That's an awesome character. Like I'm really starting to like how characters play in fourth edition. They're expensive, of course, but they do a lot of things and they score and they're 2 unit strength, which is enough to like negate most regiments. Like they are pretty special, and I'm starting to see the power and I'm starting to understand how to use them. Anyway, I have an army standard bearer that has Shroud of the Saint. I have a mage on horse with Blizzard. Didn't really have a lot of points for extra spells or anything like that, but I really don't feel like I need it. You really just want to kind of be casting Blizzard the whole time. I have 2 hordes of Palace Guard, as you're coming accustomed to seeing from me. One has a Chalice of Wrath, which is really cool because it has a Retaliate ability. What that ability does is if you charge me with 2 things, one of those things I get to attack back at an extra crushing strength. So it'll be crushing strength 2 on one of those targets. Really cool ability, especially for the way that I want to play them. 2 troops of critters, a regiment of Stormwind Cav with Jesse's boots because that seems to be a staple for me. The one thing with Way Dancer is she also brings Kindred Gladestalkers into the core choice, so this helps me plan out my list a little bit better. So I got 3 regiments of Gladestalkers. This list is called So Anyway I Start Blasting, as you can see. Why? Because I'm trying to shoot things. A horde of Dragon Riders. This time, not a horde, sorry, regiment, 3rd edition Marine. I gave them the Brew of Haste because I feel like I really like them at speed 10. I had this weird like 35 points left over, and that's where I ended up with Retaliate. I really like that. And then I had this 20 points. I'm like, what sucks is being outranged by greater air elementals with Dracon. So yeah, they got speed 10. And then 2 Dragon Breaths, because as I was saying before about having little characters that have unit strength, so do Dragon Breath. And they're pretty nasty if you let them get close, and they score. So if they don't do anything all game and they snatch an objective, more power to them. I really like it. The list comes in at 14 drops, 26 unit strength. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's really fun to play. And Lengo's list, I'm pretty sure this is the one he played in this game and is taking. He has Namagrok. Namagrok is just such a great character, always has been. Red Goblin Bigot for a little hero on a flea bag. That's a pretty cool choice. A nice little chaff piece. Ogre Warlock with Alchemist Curse and Lightning Bolt coming in at 185 points. A little expensive for Ogre Warlock, but it does do a lot. And Alchemist Curse is still a really, 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 really good spell. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regiments of warriors. Very cool. I think warriors are in a great spot. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he has 2 troops. Sorry, 2 troops of warriors, 3 regiments. I thought there was another list where he like loaded up on regiments of warriors. Still, at 185 points for a regiment, those guys are really good. Brutal 1, crushing 1. The one thing I would like to see, I think in this list, I would like to see the champion that gives the brutal aura. So these guys would be brutal too, which would be pretty nasty. 2 core troops of red goblin scouts, a regiment of berserker braves with brew of sharpness. That's a pretty nasty unit. You got to look out for that one. Wild charge D3, so it's a 15-inch effective range. Brutal 1, crush 1. They're fearless. They got 30 attacks hitting on 3s. Like that's a nasty little unit. And then 2 regiments of siegebreakers, 1 blessing of gods, 1 of brew of strength. One thing that I looked at ogres, like I really wanted to play ogres actually in fourth, but Siegebreakers going down to speed 5 was kind of like a letdown. He clocks in at 13 drops, 20 unit strength. So yeah, it's a lean, mean fighting ogre machine. So let's get to it now. This first round and the only round of fully loaded GT is going to be a diagonal deployment. So the deployment goes like this. Lengel chose side, I believe. We didn't know how this played. We didn't really read a book. I told him like, how about if you choose side, you get to choose the diagonal too, like which way the diagonal goes. I don't know how it is in the rule packet for this GT, but Anyway, that's how we set up. There's a wall back here. Doesn't really, not going to really come into play. A hill over here, some forest here. The one with the pick here, this is considered the field. I only have like water for my terrain at home, but this is going to be a field, so that's going to be like height 1 field. So there's some cover options for him being only height 3 in there. Whereas if he took the flat water over here, he wouldn't get cover in there. So yeah, so that's how it did. My thought was like this forest is going to be kind of an issue, and of course he puts his siege breakers here, and I'll go through his list in just a second. So my idea was like I know he's going to use this forest, and like this 12-inch circle is probably something like this, right? My plan is I'm really going to try to just shoot as much as I can, and eliminate some of this like smaller unit strength that he has, these troops and such. I'm not going to be able to do too much with the siege breakers unless I get in there with the palace guard and let them grind away for a while. So my thought is I'm going to apply a lot of pressure, range pressure here, in this direction. I have Dracon to threaten if he decides to push up and really likes kind of stand in the middle here. My chaff's sitting in the back. We'll go over my idea was like I'm gonna put some muscle on this side of this building or whatever it is. It's impassable terrain. See if I can like kind of handle some of this side, and then put pressure. I have like 7 unit strength and like little characters. Let's see, 5, yeah, 4, 5, like yeah, 7 unit strength little characters that I want to push in late, and see how that goes. All right. So yeah, that was that was a lot of drawing early, but yeah, we'll go over his lines. So there's a troop of regiments there. Yeah, troop of regiments, troop of ogres there. I think this is regiment. These are the siege breakers. This is his red goblin bigot. There's another troop of ogres. This guy is the warlock. This is the berserkers. B. This is Nam. This is, I think he put both his, what are these guys? I think he put both of his cav troop over here. 2 troops of cav right there. And then another regiment of ogres. So yeah, pretty compact line for him. Definitely like putting defense 6 siege breakers in woods against me is a great idea. I mean, that's 4 unit strength. It's so crazy, like regiments being 2 unit strength. I still think that's like still trips me out. Like I keep thinking these are 3, not in the game, but just seeing ogres. I played against them so many times, and it's like that's 3 unit strength. That's 3 unit strength. That not the case here. This skull just represents like the dead center of the board there. Yep. So yeah, there's his double chaff up there in the corner. He was pretty tight for position because this piece of terrain here is impassable, and it's pretty big. And like he kind of has a big footprint on a lot of his models anyway. So yeah, he fit it in. On my side, I put my mage way down here. I figure with Blizzard, if she can come this way, they're probably not going to get much pressure, and she could just see down the line and blast whatever she wants to with Blizzard. My Palace Guard, they are definitely going to scout up a little bit on this side. This one's going to go up to the wall on the scout move. My Palace Guard with Chalice of Wrath in the middle here, I'm happy to take multiple charges and get that crushing 2 on one of those units. I got critters in behind here. My BSB. Battle, yeah, I always say it's Battle Standard Bear, but it's not. This is one of my Dragon Breaths. My Dracon. Way Dancer is right there. And another Dragon Breath. My other Horde of Palace Guard. My Knights up there. I wish they got Thunderous on the hill, because Thunder 4 sounds pretty fun. And my critters in behind. So this gives me some chaff options with my critters, just to see, kind of what I'm going to face. Yep, that's that flank. And we do have a clock there. We're just kind of keeping ourselves in control. Like, it's not going to matter. My wife was talking to us, the kid was playing, stuff like that. But we just kind of want to make sure we're keeping track of, our time, because this is prep for a tournament. So he gets first turn and moves up like such. Yeah, siege breakers in the woods. I mean, they do have an ability. One of their command orders is to give a unit stealthy, and I think the other thing is to give a unit elite. The elite takes a 5+, stealthy is a 4+, and he pretty much nailed stealthy like multiple times. I was just basically shooting at anything that didn't have stealthy on it. Yeah, so yeah, forms his battle line like this, just waiting to see what I'm going to do. There's going to be a lot of like cat and mouse play in this one. So he does do some lightning bolts. Yeah, he has lightning bolts with uh, yeah, Grok and yeah, Nama Grok and his mage. Does 3 wounds to my knights. Yeah, that stings. They're only nerve 16, so that's a little worrisome. My turn one, I push up. I'm going to get aggressive here. I'm going to force the issue because I feel like in this particular scenario, I got the bottom turn, so I go second. Um, I have a lot of range that I can start picking things off. I might not do it that quickly, but I really don't have to engage quickly either. But I want to get it to the point where it's like maybe turn 4, turn 5, my Palace Guard are fighting in the middle, and then turn 6, I'm pushing all my extra unit strength in. Like, get myself a good count, determine where I'm at that stage of the game, and see how much unit strength I need to get in the center. If he's not really going to push the issue, I mean, I don't think he really wants to. He wants to choose his battles carefully because I mean, he's only crushed one, and I'm defense 5 on my Palace Guard, and I have good heal. So yeah, you'll see I bring Way Dancer over this way. I'm gonna toss that heal right there. It looks like my Palace Guard took 1 wound from some. I'm not 100% sure what got them. Yeah, but yeah, that's where my heal is gonna go. And on this side, yeah, just moving up a little bit. Most of these guys just stayed still for shooting bonuses. Kind of shuffled around a little bit. I think my BSB came this way just to make sure that these guys are in the 9-inch bubble that he provides with his very inspiring. This guy has actually been a really fun addition to my list. I wasn't a big fan. I was never a big fan of just like your army standard bearers because they just didn't do too much. But with the command order now, and I put a heal on. Now I tried Fireball. I like Fireball, but I think the heal's a lot more beneficial with the defense 5 Palace Guard sitting around. Defense 5 at nerve 25. You take a couple wounds off them over the course of the game, like it's impressive. And oppressive to your opponent. Yep, just moving up like such. These guys are kind of up over the wall. They're not going to get cover now, but I moved them up on their scout move. I had to make sure that I had some decent range down the line. 24 inches. Like if I wanted to hit any of his chaff pieces up here from these guys, I needed to kind of get a little closer. I'm not really worried about the siege breakers coming out. I have these guys to protect them. I have Dracon to protect them. I mean, I don't want to take Dracon into the woods of siege breakers, but the threat's there that if he comes out of the woods, like they're gonna do something. And look at this: 3 wounds on, 3 wounds off. That heal is nasty from the Way Dancer because she is elite on their heal, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll take that. I do some wounds to this mage that stuck her neck out. I think I actually waver her. I might not have. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's I saw her sticking out, or him, or her. What it's a mage. I don't. I always think of mages as women. I don't know why. Anyway, I do some moons to this one. I think it's only 3. It's hard to tell with these markers. But you see his purple. Whenever you see this purple thing on the board, that means they have stealthy. Um, yeah. So putting some pressure on here, trying to get some of that chaff out of the way. He refocuses his lines. He brings his bigot over this way. Preparing like in case he needs to chaff up or anything, but he's also getting that stealthy aura to where he needs it. And yeah, and he's starting to shift his lines this way. Also, he knows. I mean, I have a lot of shots coming from this left side, including the blizzard. So yeah, kind of bringing it, keeping his one part of his chaff out in the back there. And let's see, yeah, he brings his chaff in front of these guys. And yeah, the line kind of holds steady. He does have some range. Namagrok has like backed up, and yeah, so he's kind of forming up a battle line here. He was a little pressed for space, so he's taking a turn or two to readjust. I don't blame him. So yeah, he does 3 wounds to my archer unit upside down. Yeah, I mean those guys are, only defense three, and they got three wounds on them. Not a whole lot for them on that turn. Here comes my turn two, and for some reason I'm still thinking that siege breakers are 12 inches. As you can see, I have two 12-inch sticks down, making sure I don't get charged by them. But I don't really need that. So my lines, I'm starting to decide. Like I'm trying to hit these guys in the back with shooting. I mean, they're getting cover now. They're getting stealthy, so it's not a great thing. But what I'm trying to do is kind of shift these guys this direction, um, to kind of like take shots in the back, but also I'm like kind of. I know it's not a real big threat that these guys are in a flank of like siege breakers, but they are only defense five in a flank, right? So 24 attacks on fours. If I would get a flank, yeah, I'm gonna do a couple wounds. If it comes to it, I just want that threat to be there. Kind of shifting things around. So yeah, I'm starting to push these guys up a little bit more. I want them to, start threatening this middle, getting them in position so that I can, bring things into the back, for late game stuff. I'm just kind of reshuffling. Dracon aren't doing much. They're waiting for their opportunity. They're kind of inching up a little bit so that they can kind of see this way. They got 20 inches, so I'm just trying to ease an angle where, but not push my archers up because I'm trying to keep the archers still so that they're hitting on fours. Um, but with cover and stealthy, like I really need them not to move too much. So I'm kind of like picking my targets there. These Palace Guard are moving up a little bit more aggressively. I think if he gets the wild charge, he can get in here with the Berserkers. I'm okay with that. I think the Palace Guards can survive a charge from him. Although I kind of forgot that they were +1 to hit, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know what the math is on that. I bring my critters up. Let's see if I got a better picture of that. No. Bring my critters up to Chaff because his Chaff is there, and this Chaff is movement 10. So, yeah. I do take some shots. I actually kill his wizard. Yeah, I unloaded on her and got her over her nerve value, and that's a dead warlock. I'll take that 185 points on some shooting. And that's kind of the key, right? Because now that happens, like I took a bunch of his range threat away, the little bit of range threat that he had. I take that away, and I think that's important because now it's like, does he can't really sit back because unit strength is going to come off the board. He has some stuff. I'm doing some wounds here and there. I even did like one wound to his siege breakers just I don't even know why. I think it was dogs or something. Yeah, I think I had dogs from the Palace Guard, not dogs, cats. Did some wounds to his chaff here also with I think it was the Gladestalker regiment that could get to them. But they did have cover, so only gonna do so much. I'm trying to get an idea of how many wounds I did here. I think that's just one there, but anyway, yeah, still can't see his markers. I hate those. Turn 3 ogres, and he does get the wild charge, and they come in and they only do 9 wounds. Statistically, I think that's a little low. The crush one, they 30 attacks, hitting on threes. I don't think he got elite off on them, or he couldn't. I don't know if they can get elite from the command. I'm not 100% sure. So 30, you're hitting on 20. On defense, half of that is 15, right? Yeah. So he should have did 15 wounds. He only did 9. I mean, even 15, he still needs a 10 twice to pop him. He was debating to put the cav in. I mean, if they do better than average and the cav go in and do a couple wounds, like yeah. But the fact that he rolled under, hindsight's 2020. Just I think it was might be better to keep them in the back. I don't know. Yeah, 15 wounds. Still needing a 10 twice. Yeah. I don't think he realized this is his first foray first fight against Palace Guard in 4th edition, so he didn't realize like how ridiculous they are. His chaff go into my chaff and nothing really happens there. Just here's a little overshot of the board as it is after his turn. I don't think this is my turn. Yep, my turn 3. So I am kind of doing the envelopment thing here. Not like crazy much, but it is what it is. We're still just kind of playing chicken. I realize like now I have the advantage with my range attacks. I'm just gonna keep positioning my guys. I'm starting to I think these guys are within 12, so they can at least throw cats. I'm waiting to pop this guy out for the right moment, but he might just stay there because he's at unit strength. And as you can see, like this corner's starting to pop out a little bit, but it's just not enough. Actually, I think we did do this. I drew a line of sight and I could see those guys, but they couldn't fit here because of the impassable terrain. But that was the play. I was like, I'm gonna sneak, I'm gonna sneak those guys in somewhere. I know it. So anyway, over here, yeah, I'm just repositioning. I do bring my Dragon Breath up to take shots at those dudes. Way Dancer comes over. Her whole thing, she got to heal. She got to heal here. There's no sense in like positioning her for a lightning bolt, not with 9 wounds on the Palace Guard. I I like Way Dancer, man. I like her because she does have the wind blast, so like late game kind of shenanigans can happen. The heal's great. I know it's only heal 4, but it is elite. You do heal a lot of wounds, and you have a fireball if you need to put some damage on stuff. Yeah, it's just a really cool character. I wish he could like cast twice, once per game. That'd be fun. But anyway, so yeah, I do a couple wounds here, and not much going on there. Some shooting does 7 wounds. Yeah, we'll take it. And over here, I'm still shooting at these guys in cover. Now he lost one stealthy source, so that's kind of fun. For me, he stealthies these two guys. So take some cover shots at those dudes, trying to get them off the table. Um, yeah, not much going on here. These guys might have got wavered. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if they even got wavered. Turn 4, not a whole lot of craziness going on. You can see the clocks there, but that don't really count. So yeah, he's. Oh wait, I guess not much. Wait, turn 4. I one-shotted. Yeah, I one-shotted the berserkers. He did not have any inspiring. The palace guard. Yeah, they opened up a can of whoop ass on them and they cleared him. So that's great. On his turn now, he's tightened his lines. He's moving back this way. He's trying to get this unit strength, in there. But as he sees things starting to die now, the pressure's kind of on him. I feel. Um, does he do anything else there? So yeah, his chaff kills my chaff, and they just move up in front of my cav to block them up. Yeah, that kind of sucks because like my cav is great, but they're only great on the charge. Thunder 3, like yeah, I'm gonna be able to pop those guys. I was racking my brain here trying to figure out a way like how do I can't back up enough to where these guys can't charge, I don't think, or these guys are gonna charge anyway. Like it just kind of bummed me out that I couldn't just remove them and fight there. I don't know. So anyway, my turn 4. Yeah, so I move up like this. I have to charge his chaff. I do bring the dragon breath around here. It's not it's not enough that these guys can just charge if I clear them. I couldn't really get him in the way because war machines can't march, so they're only moving 6. So I just like, well, I'm just gonna shoot you, and if you want to take the charge, you can. That'll be better for me. Um, I'm starting to move these guys, get these closer to the center, but I'm being careful not to get double charged like that. Um, yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, we kind of like faced off a lot. These guys keep inching this way, trying to like shoot around here. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I do clear his chaff, and I take 2 wounds off of these guys with the heal. Yeah, not bad. His 5. Yep, his ogre warriors go into my cav. I hope they survive that. I mean, he's on 18 on 3s and 4s. We'll see. And yeah, his troop go into the palace guard, just trying to get some wounds on them. I think he ends up bane chanting here, or he might bane chant there. I'm not sure. I don't think he had enough. Yeah, he did. So yeah, so he kind of had to make a decision here. He really wanted to get rid of these knights and then face this way to try to save this flank. So he's kind of sacrificing Namagrok to get that Bane chant off, and it's actually kind of an important Bane chant. 3s and 3s is a lot better than 3s and 4s, but that puts him within 20 of the Dracon. You know what's funny? If they don't have boots or they don't have the brew of haste, these guys don't make that charge. Yeah, 20 points worth it. Um, so yeah, yeah, he's just shuffling his lines. At this point, I think he's seeing like I have way too much unit strength right now. He's just he really needs this flank to collapse, and then he might have some play against these guys if he like slams these dudes up and try and keeps some of my unit strength out. I think that might be a solid play, and it's kind of like what I'm worried about. I don't love what's happened here so far. I mean, I do love getting a berserkers. That was great, but he's starting to hold this up, and like the game's starting to wear on, and like my plan needs to be set like now. And if he starts getting aggressive in the center, it might change things for me a little bit. So it only does 5 wounds. Um, yeah, I think that was with the Bane Chant too. That's rough. His dice were not great. They were not great today. So these guys actually did 7 plus 12, 5 wounds. Wounds from troops that have 9 attacks. That's pretty good. But definitely not enough to make the Palace Guard worried. My turn 5. Yeah, my Dracon go in and kill Namagrok. That was a flank charge with Dracon. My Palace Guard take care of the troop, and my Knights go back into those guys. They're just not going to be able to do anything. I don't have a Bane Chant in this list. You can only have so many toys, right? Bane Chant would be great, but the Knights, they're never made. They never, in most cases, they're never like in a prolonged combat. They're gonna hit something, kill it, and then whatever happens afterwards is whatever happens. So yeah, I do. I don't know if I should have did this. Let's see if I can see that next turn. Now, I do move this unit up, and I do it because I want to draw him out and then just finish off the siege breakers. That's kind of the plan, but I don't know. It's kind of dangerous in a way. I don't know. I'm trying to get unit strength in the middle now, but let's see. His 6. Um, so yeah, he takes advantage of the fact that the Dracon came in. Now I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, okay, that's 2 unit strength. That's going to be probably dead. That's 2 unit strength. That's probably going to be dead. Like my whole plan originally was like to just jam them in the middle, and now I'm like, uh oh. I mean, his Dracon for a Namagrok was 2 unit strength for 2 unit strength. I don't know. It wasn't a great trade. I don't think, but it was just too juicy of a target, and it's a fun game. Anyway, so he takes the siege breakers in there. His bigot just comes over here. He has another troop in the back there. So like unit strength wise, right at this point, he has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 in the middle, right? I have 2 there, 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that can hop in. And maybe these guys for another 4. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. He does kill my knights, and like this kind of sucks. It's like, where are my palace guard? What are my palace guard going to do now? The good thing is, I do have is another great reason to have these dragon breath is they can be chaff. They're not yielding individuals or anything. They are actual war machines. So yeah, they're going to get blown up pretty quick. But I can chaff if I need to with them. So yeah, a nice little benefit of those guys. And they shoot 15 attacks that hit on 4s with elite. It's not too bad. The siege breakers, they only do 7 wounds. Like I said, his dice is god awful. Only 7 wounds to the Glade Stalkers. That is heartbreaking. Look at I have 7 wounds on these siege breakers. That was just from like dogs hitting on 3s, wounding on 6. Like, yeah, that was pretty wild. Oh yeah. And so yeah, that's the way it looks. He does kill the Dracon. On my turn 6, I push up like this, and oh no, sorry, I flanked the siege breakers with the palace guard. I kill them. Um, this palace guard go into here. They're also now majority in the center, um, and I bring the uh, dragon breath back to chaff those guys up in case there is a turn 7. And I have weight answer there. I'm healing here. Look at these guys are down to 2 wounds. Yeah, those guys are down to 2 wounds. So 6. I was at 12 at one point. through the heals. So 12 minus 2, 10. She got 10 wounds off in 3 turns, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Oh, I'm sorry. Not just her. This guy heals too. So I took 10 wounds off in 2 turns. That's what it was. Four, five, four. Yeah, yeah. 10 wounds off in 2 turns. That's good healing. We'll take that all day on defense 5, 25 nerve palace guard. So I set up like this. If it does go to turn 7, I don't think it matters. I have 2, 2, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, and I'm pretty sure these guys are in for 4. To his 2, 1, 1, 2, and 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8 to my 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. Uh, and we don't get a turn 7. So we just played it out just to see what would happen. Um, he actually, I don't think we even determined that there was just no way he could win it even in turn 7 at that point. Really fun game. I my feelings with my elves, I think I'm getting a little stronger with them. Now, granted, this is Lango's first game back in fourth edition, but I like the idea of really utilizing the Palace Guard. I think they're really overpowered right now. Not overpowered. I mean, you paid 265 for them, but I think they're really good, and I'm really like using them a lot better and like kind of forcing them down the throat. See how it goes. I'm gonna have 5 battle reports coming up from the GT. That's gonna be this weekend. Well, the GT's this weekend. Reports will be all next week. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out with me, and we'll catch you on the next one.